Receive.
And I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
What the fuck was that?
I don't want to know.
Should we just go straight to credits?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Maybe moment. Bienvenue! I am Fragrant Cat Sandwich, and as always, I am joined by Peachy Loafers and The Gush. You can argue amongst yourselves which one's which.
Oh, I am the Gush. I am the Gush.
Hello, we are Maybe Movies. We are an oily solution floating on the interweb. That is equal parts film review, character study, and also movie mashup.
Yes,
that right,
indeed.
isn't it?
Indeed.
Cool. Thank you for joining us, and if this is your first time here, thank you very much for joining us, and a huge third thank you to everyone who's been checking us out over the past few weeks. It has made us feel justified in our existence.
Yes, we do enjoy your views. We love them. And your comments too.
Yes, and of course, please do give some love to the like button, and maybe evil? It's Halloween. We can get away by saying evil instead of even. Maybe even suckle the subscribe button.
Hi,
Suckle the teeth.
Did I go too far? You'll have to tell me. I
Just
never
a little.
know. As you can probably guess what one of our films is for this month.
Dun dun dun!
What are we going to put with it?
That's
Oh,
gonna be... Oh, what you got there?
what about this?
Oh. Oh. Whoa. Wow. It's going to be interesting.
Before we start looking at these, obviously a couple of things to do. First things first is we're going to have a look at the results of our viewers poll for last month's movies, which were Predator and Zulu, which got turned into Tribe and The Great White Hunted.
I just want to jump in here and say, you know, folks, I feel like I spoke too soon last time. I'd like to change my vote if I can.
I don't know. I don't know if we should.
I was watching the episodes back and we had so much fun with Tribe. I didn't realise it at the time. I'd say it's one of those weird things that happens when you're filming. But I didn't realise it. But we had a lot of fun with that. A lot more fun than we ever did have with The Great White Hunted.
I'm reluctant to. I think once we've done the finale and we do make a point of saying at the end of the finale, our votes are cast.
So it's one and done.
I think so. It's the same way as when you're voting for an election, once you've dropped your slip in the ballot box.
Yeah, that does make sense. I'm going to have to consider my votes more thoroughly in the future then, folks.
That's part of why we do that bit at the end, is that it's not only just us showing our working out as to why we've picked a particular film. As we've had done before, we've been influenced by each other, where one of us has said, actually, you got a good point, I'm going to change what I originally thought. And that's what that time is for.
So I can change the vote at the time, but I can't change the vote after.
I think, once we finish shooting...
Sorry, folks.
Sorry, after that slight aside. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I haven't forgotten. Again, dramatic tension. The results. So, didn't have as good a result as we had on the previous month. We only had 4 votes on our Twitter poll.
Shame.
Which was 75% for Tribe.
So you win anyway. Well done, sir. Well done.
So, yes, Tribe is our movie for August, whichever year it happens to be. Thank you for everyone who did vote, and please do check out our episodes this month. And again, there will be a poll at the end of the month for whatever amazingly weird concoctions we come up with this time. And one last thing to do before we jump into this, and that is our Shoutout for this time.
Oh, who is it this time?
So this is for another new friend that we made, kind of on YouTube, but via the horror fans' social media site, Slasher.
Oh, cool.
Which, if you are a fan of horror, then do check it out. It's still, quite a young social media platform, but they are a great community. Do give them a look. And this is for a guy called Steve, and his channel is called Splatploitation.
You might want to do that again, though.
Why?
Because you were smiling.
It's fine. It's fine. Outtakes.
Okay.
Patreon content. Okay. We've got one of those as well. Yes. Steve's great guy. He's very softly spoken.
Is he really?
Yes. And you have to kind of turn the volume up a little bit, but his content is great. He does reviews of horror films, but he's also a writer as well, so he also uses his channel as a platform for talking about his own work and things like that.
Oh, good stuff, chap. Good stuff. Keep at it.
Definitely. Thanks for your support as well, mate. Okay.
Right.
Yes. What are we doing? Seriously.
Two very
different films, but they do have one thing in common. It's all about a boy called Andy.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
It is all about a boy called Andy.
But can I just say as well, before we say anything, there has been promotional posters for the remake of Child's Play, which was used killing Andy's toys in Toy Story.
Okay.
So I just thought when this one has come up, I just thought, wow, it's kind of a weird coincidence.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. Oh, that's brilliant.
There are a variety of ways that we can do this, I think.
Right.
The obvious one would be, I think, if we're looking at new toys, is swapping Buzz for Chucky. I mean, because we're apparently into the start of spooky season, so as we normally do with these...
Spooky season.
As we tend to do with these, we flip it on its head and we're swapping antagonists as opposed to protagonists. Originally, it was like, well, if we're doing that, technically speaking, Sid is the antagonist. But that doesn't work. Again,
no, it doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Only mentioning it so we can say that we've done our due diligence and we've kind of crossed that T, as it were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think swapping Buzz and Chucky is the obvious way to go. I mean, there is also the other version of this where it's just Toy Story happens, but Andy gets a good guy's doll instead of Buzz. And in Child's Play, Charles Lee Ray puts his soul into a Buzz Lightyear. But then we effectively end up with pretty much the same film with just some cosmetic differences.
Yes. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I kind
So
of like...
an evil Buzz, then?
Is one option, but I don't know how that's going to...
I like the idea in one movie that the living toys of Andy have to defend him from the psychopathic new toy he's just acquired.
Okay.
Which is instead possessed by the soul of a living being instead of being a toy.
I agree with that. And I do think it works as well in Child's Play, a new version of Child's Play with Buzz, because there's one plot hole in Toy Story that we can exploit to make that movie work.
What's that?
Which is that up until he sees the advert, Buzz thinks he's the real Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
So it's never explained why he automatically freezes when a human comes into the room. If he believes he's the real deal... They're not like the Weeping Angels, which, like in Doctor Who, where when you look at them, they effectively cease to exist as a living being. They freeze. They have the option to, or they do it automatically. So why would he do that if he thought it was real?
I'm going to be honest. The way that I watched the movie, I thought it was either they had to pose like a toy, or be not visible. Like, you see several toys at several points in Toy Story just run away or hide in a bush or something. So I always figured it was like an involuntary thing.
See, that's what I thought, but obviously you get the bit at the end of Toy Story with Sid.
Oh, we've got to break some rules.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you are right. Yeah.
That would work, because then we have this Buzz who thinks he's the real Buzz Lightyear, and then, okay, we're not going to get two horror stories, we're going to get some kind of weird pseudo sci-fi adventure possibly with Andy and this Buzz Lightyear who thinks he's got a mission to do.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite nice.
Okay. That is fairly close to where I was going with it. Now, I do want to ask one important question, because of course we've got a live action movie and an animated movie. Does that mean that the story with Andy and Buzz Lightyear, Andy Barclay and Buzz Lightyear, does that mean that now becomes an animated movie?
Ooh.
Or does Chucky jump into an animated movie and get extremely R-rated?
Well, we'll still get the voice talents of Brad Dourif anyway.
Oh yeah,
So I think we have an animated Chucky and a live action Buzz.
I like the idea of making an
Right.
R-rated cartoon. To be honest,
You
I
happy?
do like that.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'll be fine with that. Yeah.
So we'll have cartoon Chucky in Toy Story
Yeah.
and live action Buzz in Child's Play.
Okay.
Cool. We're back to Chicago again with Child's Play.
yes. I was taking some notes, and I think you should be taking some notes because that's a classic World of Darkness version
That
of
is,
Chicago.
yeah, absolutely. There's a really interesting thing I did notice when I was watching back Child's Play. They big up the good guys so much at the start, obviously because they want the audience to know that, oh wow, this is the best thing ever.
It's the best thing ever. Yeah.
And yet the shot choice in the film, they don't actually show Andy opening the box. It cuts away to his mum closing the outside door, taking a coat off. The next time it cuts to Andy, he's got the doll out. You'd think you don't even see him unwrapping it or anything, which I thought was just a bit... I don't know, you're a filmmaker, is that a shot choice?
I'm gonna hazard a guess that it was actually a production thing. Like, they filled up that shop with good guy dolls, all in boxes.
Mhm.
They must have spent ages manufacturing those. But they probably only, because there's only a bit of plastic from, the shoulders up, they probably only designed them that way.
Possibly.
Mm.
Possibly. It was a perfect character moment, He's the little boy who's got the toy of
No,
his
you'd
dreams.
expect to see him open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Let's have a look at acts. Now, both these films are very close. I think Toy Story is an hour and 20, Child's Play is an hour and 23.
Mm-hmm.
So
23? I thought it was 43.
23.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I think I did watch it. Yeah.
All right, my bad.
So, looking at Toy Story first, I wasn't sure. It's either out the window or it's I'm a lost toy.
This is the thing, when I was watching it, annoyingly enough, we've come across this before, it actually seems to be structured into 4 acts. Because there's the introduction, Buzz arrives, going to Pizza Planet,
Yeah.
trapped at Sid's, and then trying to get back to Andy. Ooh. I was going to say that there are 3 distinct acts in Child's Play, but no, I think there might be 4. There's acquiring the doll. There's Andy knowing that it's talking, but nobody taking it seriously. And then the mother realizes, and nobody takes her seriously until the policeman gets attacked. And then there's the final bit of it. So it is actually kind of 4 acts.
Sorry, that would be an interesting variation. Chucky versus Jerry Dandridge.
I'd like to see that one. If anybody's got any theories about what that would look like, we'd like to see drawings, please.
So 4 acts.
We can't, because of the way we
No,
film this, it has to be.
We
have to
can't.
kind of,
So I feel like I'm a Lost Toy is probably about the right point.
Yeah, you happy with it?
Yeah.
For the end of Act 2,
Thank you, sir. You're being very kind.
I said armless. When Buzz tries to jump out the window and falls and loses his arm.
It's before they do the creepy shit when they confront Sid,
Mm-hmm.
which is where it gets properly creepy. Do you agree?
Yeah. No, I agree with it. Yeah.
Armless. Okay, cool.
What did you have? Did you have anything for Child's Play? I mean, I've got what I put down, but
It has to be after the babysitter gets killed.
that's what I had. Defenestrating Aunt Maggie.
Because
Maggie Peterson.
that's when, even though we kind of seen things that show us that Andy is talking to Chucky, we don't know that anything terribly creepy
Right.
is going on.
With Buzz.
With Buzz.
Right,
Buzz,
yeah.
which is what it will be in this case. And that's when the police get involved and Saren comes back and stuff like that. So that does kind of feel like the beginning of the...
I agree. I feel like the Child's Play setup is quite long it's quite a long introduction anyway.
It is, yeah. It's about
So-
35 minutes
Until it gets to the actual...
to actual stuff happening.
Yeah.
There's only 4 deaths in the entire movie.
Yeah, I did feel like it was a very slow build-up, so I feel like that would be a good
Yeah.
bit for Act 2.
And then I had either the car crash with Chris Harrington,
It's Chris Aaron.
or it was Voodoo John, and I didn't know which.
Now, which happens first?
Car crash is first.
Really? Oh,
Because I would say, my personal choice would be the car crash. Because it's when everybody in the cast is in on the thing.
yeah, because is Karen already aware of Chucky at this point as well?
Yeah, because she already came to him and went, he's telling the truth, and he drove
This is
away,
the
and that's when
wake-up
Chucky attacks him.
Yeah, I'd probably say that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
End of there.
That's nice and simple.
Until he meets Dr. Death.
That's what I put
In
that
Act
down
3.
for. Again, I think it was because of what we were saying earlier about whether or not we're doing an animated horror film.
Yeah.
I did put there is a good guy's cartoon, so we know what Chucky looks like in cartoon form.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So will there still be that conflict in the other one? Being Chucky and Woody fighting?
So it'll be Woody having to
beginning?
organise the toys to stop Chucky from possessing Andy.
Possessing Andy, okay.
Whereas in the new version of Child's Play, we kind of let off the leash a bit in terms of what happens in the story.
That's Andy Barclay discovers his toy is alive.
Yes.
Right.
And complications ensue.
Cool.
I think these are pretty obvious in terms of our new films. We have...
Go on.
So for Child's Play becomes Child's Story, although I want to say a Child's Story. I think sounds better. A Child's Story.
I was thinking just Child's Story.
You prefer Child's Story?
Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah, I have to admit.
Yep, okay.
I mean, it's a nice touch, but I do think that it's snappier.
Yeah.
And then Toy Story becomes Toy Play,
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
which isn't a channel on OnlyFans.
And if it is, you shouldn't go and look at it ever.
No.
We are on OnlyFans, by the way.
What?
Him. Just him.
You have to put something there now.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Yeah,
Not
just
my
be a
email
big button that
address.
says "Not us, not us."
Right, okay.
Can't wait for Toy Play.
Oh yes, it should be fun.
That's going to be on Maybe Movies After Dark.
Oh,
It should be exciting.
after 9.
Oh, no. I'm glad I'm on this side. Which one do you guys want to do first?
I think I want to see the animated R-rated movie first, personally.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I'm good with that as well. Yeah, I said I always leave it up to you guys. So we're doing Toy Play first.
Just Toy Play first.
Okay, we are gonna wrap our heads around this. We will be back next Wednesday, as always, with Act 1 of Toy Play. Not made for kids.
Not associated with Pixar.
Disney's gonna sue someone. Until then, have a great weekend, have a great start to next week, and we will see you on Wednesday.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Bisey daisies.
Ba 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 ba.